Hey guys, how's it going? Long time no see. If you remember, we started this video series about 2.5 years ago or something like that. And I never was able to actually get this done the way I wanted to for many different reasons. And so, because of what's going on right now in the world, the Wuhan whoopsie-daisy we'll call it, and I won't talk about that because YouTube will have an issue with that. So, but that's caused me to have a bit of free time. Normally I'm just swamped with SolidWorks design work, but you guys know that I'm trying to switch over to more of this and less of the SolidWorks stuff. So anyways, this is the last video in the series. This was about putting a man door in a big shop type door. In this case, this shed, the whole front of it opens. I haven't sheeted up there yet, but it'll happen in due time. So this last video will just be on installing the door itself. It's going to be fairly straightforward, fairly simple. So this will wrap up the end of this series and we'll be able to move on to something else. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this. So one of the things that you'd start out doing, and I'm not used to this camera, guys, is you drill holes. Let me find my finger. You drill holes in the corner there and right here, and then you're also going to drill holes in this corner and over in this corner. And what that's going to facilitate is you're going to be able to chalk line from the outside the opening, and so once your chalk line's set, you'll cut the opening, and then you're going to check your opening for square and all that stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and chalk line it, and before I cut, I'll show you guys the chalk lines and we'll get on with it. Alright guys, it may be hard to pick up, but the blue lines are right here and over there, and then right down there and right there. And it's got a double bottom plate, I believe. I'm gonna have to check and make sure, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut it, and I'll let you guys see the hole afterwards. Alright guys. Alright guys, so I got the door opening cut, and you can see it is a double bottom plate, and that's my opening inside the door. So I'm going to go ahead and work on setting the door inside of there. Now we'll set it to the hinge side, and I'll measure the opening and see how it's out of square. But basically, whatever side, the top or the top or the bottom on the hinge side, whatever's tipped in is what you want to shim to first. That's your smallest part. Theoretically, I'll measure it top to bottom too, but we'll set it nearly flush up there or down there, and then we'll work off of that to get plumb. So I'm going to get to it, and I'll show you guys in. Alright guys, I meant to get out here this morning and do this while the sun was over there, and my days just are nutty because the whole drafting thing. Anyways, good to see you guys, and this is the last part of this video. This took me a while to do. I didn't want to get it in the middle. There's a bunch of mistakes that I made that hopefully you won't make, and so we'll kind of go through them. So the idea here is this is a door and a door, and this is a large building. I actually have a car project in here now. So I have a car project in here now, and when I open it up you'll see it, I'm sure. But the idea was that this is eventually going to be my garden shed kind of thingy. I may even do a chicken coop off of it. I'm just not sure. But right now I knew I wanted the whole end of it to open so large things could go in there potentially, which is what's in there now. Door guy. I also really am not a framer, and I think that if you don't do it all the time, you do make some novice mistakes. And so one of the novice mistakes I made is I didn't frame the opening tall enough. It was wide enough. So generally what I'll do is set to the hinge side. I'll check the outer square, and whatever is the smallest part of the opening, without going into a lot of detail, I'll hold it tight against that part and then shim out till it's plumb off the jamb, and then leave everything towards I meant to say on the hinge side of the jamb, and then on the door lock side I'll just shim it out to make it even. In this particular case, I had to actually rip, and then once I ripped it from both sides, square cut the top out, so it was real tight up here. It's redneck done too, so you can't see it off screen, but the siding's not done at the top because we're in this Wuhan whoopsie daisy thing, and I can't go to the store right now, or I'm choosing not to. So, and then the last thing is it doesn't have the stops for the door put in yet, so I homemade this door frame, and the stops that hold the weather seal are not in yet. They're not pin nailed in because I don't have the weather seal. I'm gonna get that from Lowe's as well, or order it or whatever. So, and then I gotta cut in the lock, the striker plate. It's not in yet, but it is fairly fit. You can see it's bigger down here, and it's a little smaller up here. And like I said, I'm not a door guy. I hate doing doors, but it'll work for this old farm. This used to be my front door. That's why it's got the glass in it. It's been yard art for, gosh, 5 years now. So I was real happy to get it in here and get it out of the yard. And so I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and we can just take a look at the opening here. So but this is just window trim up here, and then I don't even know where I got this. This is just some, I think they call it brick molding, but it's real small. But it's what I had, right? And I just painted the jamb white. I actually, we'll get in a little closer here. So I spray painted the hinges black. I like black hinges, so these got spray painted black. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and open the door itself. It's kind of windy out here. So in other videos, I'm sure you guys have seen it, but these are fairly significant hinges right here. Does it say what they're good for? It doesn't say what the rating is. I've got 5 of these hinges on this door, so there's no way it's gonna sag. So, and then they're held in by these like GRK panhead screws. They're not going anywhere. So we'll get you guys over here. So right now I don't have a lock set or anything on here, and I just painted this door, so I'm not sure it's going to come open. There we go. So you guys can see this opens easy, and the weather strip material and the door stops are here, and they're all messed up because they sat out for years. This project took me a long time to get finished because I've been so busy. And it's got a double bottom plate. I'll show you guys how tight it is on the door itself. So you can see over here, it's actually tight to the framing. And then the way the door is laid out, it's big over here. And I followed the framing here. I got a tiny little shim here, but I followed the framing. It's not plumb like I'd like it to be. You can see up there the missing stuff and paddle storage and all kinds of summer crap. And I got my project car in here and all the shelving for the project car and lots of good stuff. So So guys, that's the long and the short of it. Big door, man door, door and a door. So I hope this helps somebody out there. You know, that's the goal of my videos. I hope that you get a chance to do a project like this. I tend to do a lot of my buildings where the whole front opens if I can, or most of the front with some sheer panels, and then a man door to go with it. So in this case, this is what this building needed, and I thank you guys for watching. Talk to you next time.